Hello everybody, I am playing Balatro. This is the Cryptid mod. This mod adds just a shit ton of decks and changes a lot in the game. These are all new decks from this mod. I've played a little bit of this mod just to familiarize myself. I think I'm just gonna go for a flush here. Oh, exactly 300, nice. Cavendish already? Whoa, Cavendish is crazy, just to start with. What happened to putting your hands behind your back and then like dunking your face in like a thing full of water that has apples floating in it and then trying to get the apples out with your mouth? What happened to that? I've seen that happen like in shows and stuff, but I've never seen it happen in real life. I feel like it's kind of a horse, or I guess a country, like a horse related activity. Like this would be something I would partake in if I was a horse. As a horse being like fed an apple every day, I wonder what kind of an apple I would prefer if I was a horse. I think I would, if I was a horse, I would probably prefer, I mean, I don't think do horses even have preference over the apples that they eat? Because I personally prefer Granny Smith apples, but it kind of flip-flops. It's not like set in stone that that's my favorite apple. But if I was a horse, maybe my opinion would be different. Maybe I would prefer to have like a mixing stew, a mixing pot of different apples to choose from. I guess, yeah, because then I don't want to be hand-fed an apple, because usually being hand-fed an apple leads to sometimes just getting mealy apples, and I don't like soft apples. They have to be they have to be very particular for me. And I think if I was a horse, I would probably hold myself to the same standards as, well, I guess maybe it would depend if I had been turned into a horse or if I was born a horse. If I was born as a horse, I wouldn't know what it's like to have like human standards for the food that we eat, or I guess human pickiness. But if I was born a human and then I suddenly became a horse, then if I had no choice or effective way to communicate that I am the horse, then I would, I think, prefer to I guess just choose to live out my life as a horse, because what else am I gonna do? There's no way for me to communicate to anyone that I'm a horse. I just am going to be a horse. So, I guess the best course of action is to just maybe kind of forget that I was a human, but also I'm going to carry those human characteristics with me as a horse. I think like I will still probably be picky about some of the food that I eat. I might throw a fit if I'm fed mealy apples. What does this do? You cannot run, you cannot hide, you cannot escape. Well, try it out. I don't know what it... Oh. And okay. Oh, shit. I can't sell this. And I know I've talked about, like, maybe what I would choose to do if I was a horse already, but maybe I think I would choose to ignore and pretend that I am a horse. And try to forget about my past human existence. Although maybe... I think I would, in order to have... live a happy, fulfilling life for the rest of however I live as long as I do as a horse, which I don't know how long horses live. I don't know if it's long or not, but as long as the rest of I live for my horse life, and in this hypothetical, I cannot become a human again. I'm stuck as a horse. I would try to live out my life the happiest I can day by day. So I guess just focusing on what activities would make me the happiest as a horse. But I would also hold, I think, part of my previous self, my human self. I don't think I could ever rid of that, even as hard as I tried to ignore it. And I think I don't want to ignore it, but I want to acknowledge it, but not, I guess, sit or brew on it too much. Because I don't want to be like a depressed horse. If I'm a horse, I'm going to want to live out like the rest of my horse life as happily as I can. And if I know that maybe what I had as a human was more fulfilling to me than being a horse, I can't let that bring me down. I would have to, acknowledge that, yes, I'm a human, because you can't ignore it, because ignoring it is pushing it away, which isn't dealing with the problem. But acknowledging it and then trying to live your best life knowing you are a horse and that you're going to be a horse and that you only need to do horse activities like looking forward to what you're going to eat that day, but still acknowledging that you were once a human, I think that it would be the best course of action. So maybe to answer my question about what kind of apples I would eat, whether it would be mealy or not, I think I would probably try to push myself to be less picky as a horse, because I think I'm not around horses, but I don't think they are as picky of animals as humans are. I would push myself to try and consume. Maybe I would be a little freaked out the first time I like came across something mealy or gross, just like it's just old. It's an old soft apple that people wouldn't normally eat. I think I would try to push myself to still consume it even if it was unpleasant. And I think it would take energy to throw a fit about something like that. Ooh, that's good. I'm gonna get rid of this because this isn't doing anything. I guess it depends on whose care I end up in. If it's someone who's has a very close relationship with their horse, or if it's someone who kind of just leaves the horse in their stable for a while. Because like maybe I would begin my horse life and realize that like doing horseback riding is really nice and something that I missed out on as a human. Being able to just stroll around and not have to worry about like what I'm gonna do for school or how I'm gonna afford rent or taxes. I just have to worry about, walking down the path and making sure I'm, worked well and that I'm active and that I'm well fed. But most of those things are out of my control, unless I'm a wild horse. And if I'm a wild horse, then I think I can be as picky as I want. Although, maybe domesticated horses are probably fed more. So maybe you can be pickier as a domestic horse, because as the domestic horse, you can, I guess, make human-like signatures to reject bad food or when you're moody. But if you're a wild horse, you kind of just have to deal with it. Because if the only food that you can scourge up are wild apples, the wild apples are they're nothing compared to the domesticated fruit that we've created. Because the domesticated fruit is just so much, they're bigger, first of all, they have more cells physically inside of them, so then they contain more sugar and more juice and more water. But that means then those apples are very prone to disease. Unlike wild apples are made to withstand certain diseases and things in the wild, but that comes at the cost of the apples being like kind of tough and fibrous. Fiber is not something that is in a whole lot of fruit anymore, and I think there should be more fiber in fruit. We removed a lot of the fiber just because it's hard to consume, it's not as easy to eat. So it's less appealing as from like a customer stance. Also, why do we prefer non-fibrous foods if not consuming fiber is so bad for us? Because like you don't crave fiber like you do other things. Because if you craved fiber, then you'd be like, oh man, I really want some like chia seeds, or I really am craving some like vegetables. But when you crave vegetables, you're usually craving something more like umami. But I guess maybe the answer to that is before we domesticated a lot of our fruit, our diet mostly consisted of fibrous heavy fruits and plants and things. So we probably crave things that have less fiber in them because it's a short burst of energy that our body can easily digest. Well, I guess, I don't know do we crave it either way? Do we crave these things in a specific way, or is it just we feel indifferent towards both fibrous and non-fibrous foods? But then that doesn't really make sense, because non-fibrous foods are much more popular as like as just general food that you find and that people eat. The ones with the least amount of fiber usually sell the best. And I guess it's also cheaper to produce and preserve because the fiber that might be why fiber leads to mold. Fiber is something that a lot of other animals and just living things want to consume, mainly bacteria. And so maybe that's why we crave things that aren't fibrous, is because we had enough fiber in our diet already that it wasn't a concern for us if we didn't consume enough fiber. But also, consuming a lot of fibrous foods then leads to the chance of a bacterial or a mold infection in your body, because they like to feed on fiber, as well as insects and other animals go for things that are have fiber in them, which is why fruit goes bad, but things like chips and more processed foods don't go as bad. Speaking of fibrous fruits and things, the orange was delivered from my last video. The orange was delivered. He's currently staring into my soul. He's not made of fiber. He's actually really dense. I think he's saying in a past life there's a button on the back of it that when you push it, there's like clearly what's a speaker here, but I'm assuming the batteries are dead and I don't see a way to get into it and replace the batteries unless I were to take the speaker out itself, because that's the only way in. But it's about, I would say it's about as heavy as a baseball. It's pretty dense. If you wanted to, I think you could chuck this at something and it would do some good damage. So maybe keeping the demon on your person is not a bad idea. Creates a negative copy of a random joker at the end of the shop. Oh, it's $52. I can afford that though. I think I'm gonna pick this up. Oh, I don't have space. I don't know what this is doing, so oh. That's fine. I don't really want it. Oh, 2. Oh my god. Okay, that's really good. This is gonna get me a lot of score. Oh my god. Wow, that is a crazy score difference from I was at, I think, like 10,000 last time to 2 million now. That's crazy that it keeps duplicating this one. Another Chad? Do I have a space for this? Oh my god, I do. The quintuple Chad special. It's interesting casino culture and like, I've never been into a casino. I rarely even see casinos because they're outlawed in the state that I live in. So I am not involved in any sort of gambling culture or anything like that that could come out. So this is like, I don't even know how to play poker or even what kind of poker hands there are. This is how I learned my poker hands, was through this game, believe it or not. Which is ridiculous to say, but it's true. Okay, it's only the scoring that are counted. 68 million? It's not even gonna matter. I mean, I guess I'll come to a point where either maybe Cavendish is destroyed. I mean, the ante will outrank me eventually. Yeah, I'll do this. Another Chad. Okay, we've got 6 Chads now. Oh, all negative jokers are debuffed. So, I mean, we still have the 2 Chads. I'm gonna use this. Wow, that's 3 Queen Diamonds? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Chads now. Oh, we hit E. That's it. That's insane. I cannot comprehend what this number means anymore. Oh. Okay. I think I gotta sell this for the Perkeo. I mean, it's just too good. That's gonna be crazy, the amount of cards that I can create. Enhances to... Okay, I could make my entire deck lucky. 2 of them? I don't really need 2 of them. Ooh, should I do... I can either do the lucky card or the Jupiter. I mean, I don't really think I need the Jupiter right now. I think I'm gonna do the lucky card. We got another Chad, and I gained 21 lucky cards. That's enough for almost my whole deck. Wait, can I put this here and create like a ton of them instead of 1? Hang on. I think maybe I can do that. Oh my god, my Cavendish was eaten. Oh shit, that's bad. That's really bad. Okay, I could do this and then fish for a 4 of a kind. I think I'm just gonna pick that up to be safe. Oh, I'm out of money. Come on, get me something with Molt. All jokers give... That's insane. That's just insane. That should be plenty. I'm gonna try copying this and see what it does. Oh my god. Holy shit. I don't even know how many that is. There, I have 32 Chads. That's absurd. I'm gonna play one hand. Let's see what happens. Oh no. Oh my god. Wait, so is this... It's going down again? Wait, how long is this gonna take? Because it does it for every card, right? Oh my god, how long is this gonna take? I think I'm gonna be sitting here for a minute. That's card 9 out of 39. And it's already been like 2 minutes since I started playing this hand. I like how I'm getting no chips. I'm still at just 86. So I'm well past a Google in score. What a weird word, a Google.
And I would like to call this massive number that I've come up with, this gigantic, gargantuan number that I've come up with in kind of a simple term. It's just 100 zeros that I wrote on a paper. I'm going to call it the Gogol. The Gogol.
Like, who came up with that? Is it like hospital? You spell it hospital? Ah, today we're learning le hospital's rule. Bro, it's spelled hospital. Who the fuck is hospital? Who the fuck is Google? Okay, we're almost to the end. I still have to sit here for a minute. Like, genuinely, it might take another minute to get through these last 3 cards. But we're getting there. We're almost there. I've been sitting here for quite a bit. Okay, we're on the last card, finally. Thank God. The shaking on the screen is it's starting to hurt my eyes a little bit. What's the final score gonna be? E1011. Put up how big that number is on the screen right now, because I can't even imagine that in my head. All of that for like 15 bucks. If you want to see more of this, let me know. I have a lot of fun playing balatro. I'm very addicted to it. I can't put it down. So I appreciate all of you watching. I'll see you soon, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe not. Maybe just fuck off. I don't know.